You're listening to Adesope Live, the Afrobeats Podcast.
And welcome to episode 11 of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, where we break down some of the hottest stories every single week. This week, I just had to bring in a special guest who's been working behind the scenes with me, actually. One of the headlines that we'll be looking at this week will be Duncan Mighty's claims of DNA proving that his 3-year-old daughter is not his. A UK lady who alleges to have had a secret 2-year affair with superstar Burnaboy. Arsenal striker crediting social media for his separation with his girlfriend. South African rapper obviously wants to get back in the ring with AKA. Nigerian blog Pulse, who wrote a stinging article on superstar singer Tiwa Savage. We'll definitely be breaking that down. Afrobeats superfan and NY rapper, New York rapper Casanova getting in some hot water. And another one for you that I'm really looking forward to listening to your thoughts on, Ayo, is the fact that Amapiano, the new African sound, is Nigeria overdoing it. And singer Timida Kolo, who performed at 8 weddings in one day. And guess what? Those were free performances as well. So we'll be looking at that a little bit closer. I'm finishing with Nigerian Super Eagles, former Nigerian Super Eagles players, Kanu and Odemwinge. They're back and forth on social media. Well, let's get into it. Duncan Mighty goes on social media on Friday, December 4th, to share a shocking post claiming his wife of 5 years conspired with a few men and family members to put him under a spell, kill him after 4 years, and take over his properties. Well, in the now viral post, he went on to say DNA results show he isn't the father of his 3-year-old daughter, as one of the men at the helm of the conspiracy is the father of the child. He also said a voodoo shrine was built and nurtured to keep him under the spell for years, maintained by his mother-in-law, with the whole plan hatched and backed by his wife's family members. Well, he finished to say he recorded his wife's confessions and will share the recordings if any of his in-laws attempts to deny the stories. Ayo is simple. Duncan Mighty is one of the biggest superstars Nigeria has, from Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt's first son. We've seen pictures of him being happily married with his wife and 3 kids. And all of a sudden on Friday, the 4th of December, he put a post up simply saying DNA proves that his 3-year-old daughter is not his, and then went into the other terrifying and shocking stories, which are bring up the voodoo shrine, the fact that the family members of his wife are hatching a plan to take over his properties and have him dead in 4 years. Apparently, it's been past the 4 years, he's still alive, and the whole plan has gone to rubbish, basically. What are your thoughts about this this shocking story that just broke?
I think the worst thing being Nigerian is always like the mother-in-law. Everyone always says Nigerian mother-in-law. If personally, I take my 2 kids that I had before and I'm leaving. Like, I'm just leaving because clearly you guys have
Some
spiritual
serious...
and I don't want my kids to be involved. I would say take the 3rd child, but the 3rd child still might have some spiritual stuff in that child. So I'm taking the 2 children. Yeah. I'm going to my parents. We're going on the mountain. We're praying, sanctifying ourselves, and I'm cutting it.
But what if the story... The fact that his plan, his story now is saying that his wife and the wife's family actually hatched a plan and went seeking this voodoo priest and all of this stuff. Now, for me...
Can you get arrested for that in Nigeria?
You can get arrested for it, but of course it's traditional, stories and stuff like that. But my concern is the 3-year-old child. Yeah. He's put the 3-year-old child on blast, saying she's not his daughter. We can see pictures of them being a happy family. As a man, what that would do to a man psychologically would absolutely, like I've got a 3-year-old, and if I get to, listen, I ain't doing no DNA testing, but if I find out my daughter is not mine, I don't think I'll be able to survive.
But even under that circumstance as well, I think if it was just a thing that she cheated and you can kind of... like, but because of that circumstance,
the whole voodoo.
Yeah, I'm separating. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. I know what the situation is. Let's just call it quits. I'll give you alimony or whatever it is. Take whatever I've got. I'm leaving because I can never be in that.
How people are going to watch them in
Yeah, I can never be in. And now because you put it on blast, that's the problem with social media. Once you put something on blast, you have to now be accountable for everything that happens after. So you can't even forgive her now or say, let's make it work because you've put it all over social media.
So it's now become everybody's business.
So it's either, you have to leave. You have to leave. Or if you want to stay in that, then everyone's going to think that you've got problems.
Another thing that we're going to be looking at going forward, especially in this episode of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, is we have a lot of social media actions by popular celebrities. And the question is, maybe even before we move on, is for celebrities, someone like a Duncan Mighty, who is a superstar, to have taken a step to put this on social media, even ending it with the statement that said he's got recordings. So if anybody wants to deny this, I'll put them on blast. Like, what? You're a PR specialist.
Yeah, I think.
How would you advise your client who is a celebrity?
I've always said personal things should not go online. I've always said it. Like, everyone goes through things, and it's not, if a celebrity, we just need to know about your music, your art, and good things that you're doing. Not everyone's perfect, but when it's personal things, you hide. That's why you sometimes say there's certain things that you don't put on social media.
Absolutely.
Certain people don't know things about you.
Yeah.
Some people don't know things about me, and just don't put on socials. If this happened, you deal with it amicably and talk about it. If a case of obviously a blog picked up because of secret source, that's something else. But you've now put everything on blast for now everyone to chastise you, for now everyone to come at you. You might not be able to come back from this. And I just think that lockdown has really messed up the celebrities this year. Like, celebrities are used to being in the limelight, being able to go out, being seen, everyone talk about them. And because nothing's going on, they still want to stay relevant. So they're putting things on social media that
they probably shouldn't.
We don't need to know this. I don't think we need to know that this is what's going on. I don't think, because this could even be a lie. I'm not saying it's a lie, but if it's a lie, then where do we go from now? I think this situation, it should not have gone online. Dealt with it amicably and just ended it, and then that's it. Why did you break up? We just couldn't. We just lost love.
It just didn't work.
It didn't work out. End it like that, because now it's giving people to now like attack the woman. Now we know what the daughter looks like, and someone can say something about the daughter. There's really stands and this crazy thing. Oh, the daughter, she's this, or the son, or whatever. You don't want your kids to be attacked online, and now you've put your family out for people to roast them.
To judge.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of social media, from Nigeria, we head to the United Kingdom, where Afrobeat superstar Burnaboy caught the headlines this week. This week, as a lady called Jo Pearl shared videos on her Instagram page claiming to have been in a secret relationship with the African giant for 2 years. Now, she went on to say she was aware of the public relationship he had with his famous girlfriend, Steph London, but she decided to stay in the background as she was in love with him and felt he loved her too. Now, she claimed her reason for going public with this allegation is not for clout nor money, but to keep her mental state stable. Now, she said her friends had advised her to speak her truth for years and was finally doing so, even though she knew it would hurt Burnaboy as he had been nice to her and treated her well all through the alleged 2-year affair. Now, when news broke online and shared by blog site UK Gossip TV, Steph London posted a comment under the story which read, "What in the Nollywood movie is going on here?" Now, insinuating the video confession had a stench of Nollywood drama written all over it. Do you agree with Steph?
Okay,
let's start with that.
Do I agree with what her comment was?
Her comment
saying... Keep quiet. Call your man. This is the problem. Do you know when I watched the video, the first thing that came in my mind, Cardi B, what was the reason? I was like, what was the reason?
For what? The video post in the beginning, right?
Yeah. Clout is killing my people. Clout. If you want to name describe 2020 in one word.
Clout.
Because fair enough, if this happened and Steph might not have known what was going on, then call up or DM the girl. Because now you've put in what in Nollywood. It's like, okay, is this a plan for us to now forget about what your brother and your other family are doing so we can focus on you, or were you genuinely concerned? But if you're genuinely concerned, a blog is not the first place you need to go to.
But maybe she was actually poking fun and found it as a joke, because I'll be honest with you, that still was just an allegation by somebody just popping up on social media, showing no receipts, and claiming to have had a secret 2-year affair with a superstar who she said she was very happy with and had treated her like a queen throughout the 2-year time.
Stallion Jollof. Can you imagine?
Oh, is that what she said?
He called her
allegedly.
Allegedly called her my saloon jollof.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, when I saw the post, I looked at her. I went and checked her page. I think she had about 22,000 followers at that time. And within 10 hours, the lady had jumped from 22,000 to over 30,000 followers. And at press time, she's close to 50,000. Now she's gone private. The account has become private. And it also has to be said that she's a business lady who, I believe, sells some waist trainers and stuff like that online. So the attention coming from an alleged relationship with one of the biggest superstars in the world will be a boost for your business. Am I right?
Yes, but now you've ruined it for the other side chicks because she's claimed that she's a side chick, which is fine, but she's ruined it. If you're a side chick and you're with somebody that has got money and is going to provide you, collect what you need and go. If I'm a side chick, January, I want a Rolex. February, I need a Tesla. March, I need a house. Till December, you take me on a jet. If you can't fulfill those contractual agreements, then I can move you out. And the thing with me, because I know me, I would do that 2-3 years. My 5th year, you'll just see me married with someone that I'm already serious about. Because you know when you're a side chick, you know that this ain't going nowhere. It's fine. You're allowed to accept it. I can give you what you want, but you need to give me either 10K or minimum a month, or I need a Tesla and a Rolex. If you don't give it to me, then I can come out. But she's saying she's happy, so why would you do this?
What about the fact that she was talking about her mental state? Now, for me, I thought, first of all, from my,
therapist.
I was like, exactly. Not if you're going to social media talking about your mental state. Are you coming to us for? Do you think we're going to advise you, support you? We're going to criticize you, call you names, and just chastise you?
If there's one thing about social media, it is the worst thing to put your real emotions on, because we laugh. I laughed. Like, we laugh and we take the mick out of people. Like, we're human, so not everyone has empathy or sympathy for people. That situation, it wasn't a nice situation, so we're gonna laugh. If you had if it was affecting you mentally, did you think everyone's gonna be like, oh babe, like, I'm so sorry? We're gonna ask you, why did you do it? We're gonna laugh at you. Some people might comment on her looks. Some people might say, oh, you're a side chick, you're this. Now you're reading the comments, that's gonna make you even more upset and emotional, and then something more worse can happen than what you was already feeling. Mentally, you could have called up Burna and said, D, as she calls him, this is what's going on. I'm not happy mentally. If he says I don't care, then you go to a therapist.
No, but wait, but what about the need for people to take such stories of being a side chick and whatever, taking it to social media, saying she wanted to speak her truth? And if you look at some of the comments on the videos that she shared on her Instagram page, the first 4 or 5 comments that she allowed were of other women who said, go girl, speak your truth. I'm thinking, what truth to who? But what are we going to be saying to people who feel the need to take certain private stories like that to the public via social media?
It's clout. It's just all clout, because really and truly, she has her own following, and when you have your own following, you feel like you connect to the audience, so you know your audience. If she really, really, really wanted to speak her truth and tell her followers what she felt, she could have done this with her page private and spoken to those that she spoke to, or done like a little Insta live or something that, or maybe deleted it. Do you know what I mean? She's kept it there. It's gone on every single blog, and then you keep commenting and responding, saying you don't know how it feels and da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, was she responding to people?
And she put it on, she responded to some of the comments. I know you guys are going to judge me. If you know we're going to judge you, and if we know we're going to chastise you, why did you do that? I think it's for clout, because now you're nearly like maybe 50K followers, and now your page is on private. So now you got 50,000 people there that are going to buy waist trainers, that you're going to get deals. Are you going to do interviews? Are you going to start going on the blogs and talking? Like I said, what was the reason? I wanted her to say, I'm having his baby. I wanted her to say,
sensational.
He hit me. Like, not saying he did, but I wanted her to say something that we can, because nobody here is going to discredit Burna. Nothing. This is not going to affect Burna one
Let me
bit.
also tell you this, which I told one of my friends who's a friend of mine, who DM'd me, and obviously, you know how Afro queens are like, oh, how dare he? And I said, listen, If Burna was my younger brother, this is how I'm going to break it down.
I wouldn't say anything to him.
Just listen. He's 28 years old. He is one of the most successful men in entertainment in Africa. He's in his prime, making a minimum of $3 million a year, and that's when it comes to show bookings. He is the face of African entertainment, a rock star who lives his truth, and I'm going to tell him not to have fun at 28. When is he supposed to have fun? No. And that's what I said. My friend just went into a shell and left me alone.
Because what did she want us to do to Burna? Was Burna going to?
He's 28.
If you know
it's
the
your
thing about
boy
Burna, you know
Burna.
the thing with Burna, or he is actually quite private with his personal life anyway.
Facts.
He's not going to say, "Oh, this ain't true." He doesn't. He didn't even respond. He just because she might even go back to him next week.
Nah,
It
he's
doesn't
done with that.
matter.
If it was true that they were together,
Allegedly.
he's done with that. Nah, do you
You
know how
never
many?
know.
Wait. Listen. Do you know how many women that are like, thank God this one's out of the way? Hey, Burna, how about you give me a call right now?
I'm just worried that more people can be like, "Oh, I was a side chick too. I was a side chick free.
Not to Burna, but
I was a side." No.
But what I was thinking is, you know what happened to Notes a couple of weeks ago, where
Yeah.
the lady came out, and it just looks like, if you look at these stories, it looks like women that particularly are in the social media business that have something to do around maybe YouTubers, Instagram models or whatever, they feel more confident telling these type of sensational stories to increase their following.
Because they're
And
realizing you're having the likes
go viral.
of Nella Rose, all these people who are authentic are racking in deals, and all because of social media. And some people might not have that talent or anything to really open up a YouTube channel and do things. So they think, okay, quickly, and if I do something, I know I'm going to go on a shade board. The girl made a diss track after.
Oh, yeah. it did.
We need to start suing all of these producers who allow people to do diss tracks, because it's disrespectful for other industry. And she did a diss track.
I think someone did a diss track to Tion Wayne as well, isn't it? There was a lady.
Lani. We're not going to talk about that. But this is the thing. Everyone is seeing that social media where the money at. We don't want to work. I don't want to work for people. We don't want to work. We want to sleep and know that racks are coming into our account, and that's easy doing it through social media. So what? Let me do something controversial. Go on the Shade Borough. Go on UK Kids TV Gossip. Someone gives me 10,000 followers. Next thing you know, I can do a swipe up, buy an affiliate link. I'm now an influencer. It's very easy. The moment you have 10K followers, brands will come to you because they know you can swipe up and buy for their company. That's what they want. They want the 10,000, start becoming an influencer. I don't have to work a 9 to 5. Wow. But what I do like now, a lot of the audience, we're now kind of seeing that.
Yeah, so we're not giving.
I'm not
the
following
attention.
anyone for no.